Well, I had some time to spend with the Canon RF 50mm 1.8. Now, I want to start by saying I love this lens. I love the weight, I love the size. It's fabulous. And for events and a little more casual type commercial work, I will definitely be using this lens. But I did have a commercial shoot in the studio, and I threw it on just to start the shoot, just to see what it could do. And, I immediately sent the pictures to the computer to, zoom in and take a look. And it was a full-length wedding gown shoot. So critical focus on the dress and critical sharpness was a must for this shoot. And as good as this lens is, it's not good enough for that. Now, my studio is, a 22-foot run or a 24-foot run. If I open the doors, I can get more out of that. But, I would literally have to go outside the door and shoot within. And I have a big double door, so it's not an issue. But it was during a regular work day in the building. So, me sitting in the middle of the floor in front of an elevator wouldn't have worked very well. And that would have been to use my 100mm, the RF 100 2.8, which absolutely, positively is sharp enough and critical focus enough to do those kind of shoots. Now I do use that for, half and, close up and jewelry and so forth, and it works perfectly. But for the times when I need a commercial shoot for clothing and I'm shooting full length, head to toe kind of shots, I need a 50. Now for this shoot, I used the RF 35 1.8, and it was fantastic. It was pretty damn sharp. Critically sharp as maybe the 50 1.2, no. But wouldn't hesitate to use it at all. So I do, like I said before in my videos, I have the 16, the 35, the 50, and the 85. And out of all of them, like the 50 would be, the mediocre out of all of them. And the 16 a close second to that. But, for a 16, it works fabulous for what I use it for. I'm not using it for, close-up kind of work or anything like that. I'm using it for, commercial interior shots. And when I do need the critical focus, I actually use the Samyang 14mm, which I really love. I think it's a fabulous lens. But the 50, this is my only weak point, and I don't want to say it's a weak point because I don't want some people that are looking to get this lens to go, I'm not going to get it because it's weak. It's not weak, it's just weak for a commercial shoot that needs to know or needs to see the texture of material in a full-length shot. So with that being said, I am going to end up having to get the 50mm 1.2 in the RF lens, which I don't want the weight, I don't want the cost, because but I don't have a choice. But as far as people looking at the 50 1.8 for everyday shooting, and I really want to point out that I'm using this on the R5, so it's a 45 megapixel sensor. This may not just resolve to that level of sensor, and this may be absolutely perfect and sharp as anything on the 30 megapixel or the 24 or the 20, whatever they are, the other are cameras. But for the 45 megapixel, and when I zoom into that critical focus for clothing and texture and so forth, this isn't quite up there. Now, will I be getting rid of this, or no? Absolutely not. I will use this so much, and I will still recommend this lens more than most because it works that well. The kind of focus I need for that commercial type shoot is not the kind of focus I need for every other type of shoot, and that's just to be honest. And putting this on an R5 or an R6 or an RP, whatever, it's so easy to carry around. It's so fun to shoot, and the photos are fabulous. Honest to God, they are just wonderful from this lens. But if you're looking for that absolute critical, and not many people are, don't get me wrong. You can, anyway. I'm done with my speech about the 50. So yes, I still highly recommend this lens, but unfortunately I do need to go to the 51.2, and I have ordered it already, and I'll let you, I'll do a shoot with it as soon as it gets in. I'm not going to do comparisons because I don't believe in comparisons. I believe, this lens is made for this and this lens is made for that. Why would I compare them? I'm not going to take the 51.2 to a lot of the events I shoot. I'm going to take the 51.8 because it is perfect for that. So anyway, take it all with a grain of salt, just my opinion. But if you're thinking about the 51.8 and you're not doing, the full length clothing critical, need to see everything, this is perfect. Anyway, have a great day and thanks for listening.